So the up for debate this week had to go with something, that goes with the Winter Classic. So I asked everybody, what is the best part of outdoor hockey? And the three options that I gave were like battling the elements, because you got snow, sometimes you got the sun that's messing up the ice, all that fun stuff. The second option was the sites. So the different locations that you can have outdoor rinks are sometimes really exciting and fun, like Lake Tahoe, for example. And then the last one was the outfits, the Winter Classic unis, and all that fun stuff. So yeah, I asked everybody what their favorite part of outdoor hockey was, and I said all of the above, and Jesse came for me on Twitter, and I said I refused to follow the rules, and now here we are.
The rules that you created.
The rules that I created. I created them, but I don't have to follow them. Yeah.
What's your, so all of the above, but you have to pick one. I'm making
I'll
you
pick one. Yeah, for sure. And this is going to be so Minnesotan of me. This might be the most Minnesotan thing I've ever said on this podcast, but battling the elements is by far my favorite part of the Winter Classic, just because, or not Winter Classic, okay, let me start this whole thing over. Battling the elements is by far my favorite thing about outdoor hockey, because I loved that it was so cold last night. Like, I love when like the snow is falling and you got to shovel off the ice before you can skate. Like, I love all of that kind of stuff about outdoor hockey, because not everybody gets that experience. And so even though sometimes it's tough to battle the elements and it can make it hard for the ice crews, or, sometimes you're out there and you're freezing and whatever.
The writers trying to write.
With the chopper mittens.
Fingers don't work. Yeah, no, it's fine.
But it all makes for such a great experience that not everybody everywhere in the world can say that they get to do. So I think that's for sure my favorite part of all of it, whether I'm watching a game outside or skating on an outdoor rink. It's the best part for me. What about you, Jesse?
I don't know if I've gotten soft. I'm not soft. Like, here's where I'm really, I
Channel your inner Minnesota, Jesse.
I had an existential crisis at the Winter Classic, because I'm like, I know I could handle this. Like, I went ice fishing and it was -50 last year and did a sleeper. Like, I'm a tough chick. It was cold last night. Like, I don't know what it was. Like, maybe I don't know, whatever. So the elements, that's great, but it's cold. Like, I'm old, whatever. I think the sites for sure. Of Winter Classics every year, they're just tremendous. I go back to Lake Tahoe, which you'll never get anything that beats that. I don't think. Like, that was so aesthetically pleasing and it was beautiful. But yeah, and it still had like the air of Winter Classic. Target Field looked absolutely tremendous. Mm-hmm. I'm sure on TV it looked just as great as it did in person. It was just beautiful. So, I would go with the sites no matter where you're playing. Now, you don't even need to have a fancy venue like that.
No, exactly. Yeah.
Outdoor hockey, right? Like, just going out on the pond, there's just something, it gives you that romanticism that we love about it, right? Like, I think that's got to be what it is. It's just kind of that. It can be as simple as shoveling off a rectangle for your rink. It can be as elaborate as getting the boards up and the lights and the bonfire pit. It's all just, it's great. I love the sites. I love the gram photos, right? Like, let's be honest. It's beautiful. I love the picturesque scenery. Fred, what do you got? Are you going to just round us out with the attire?
Actually, I was going to.
Oh,
yes.
Take it away,
2022. This is our year, guys.
I don't know. Like, going into the Winter Classic, I was definitely talking with my wife, and we kept watching the prices go lower and lower and lower the worse the forecast got.
Yeah.
How to get there. And I was like, man, you can get in the door for $90. That's not that bad.
Uh-huh.
But then I was like, but do I want to be in the stands that high up with a wind chill? I was like, I'd rather go lower. But then I was talking to my wife. I was like, we could get in for $300.
Yeah.
But then she was like, yeah, but what if we leave after a period and a half? Like,
you ask for a partial refund at that point.
Yeah.
Listen, I was here for one period. You have $200 back.
The last thing I want to do is spend that much money and be like, let's go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
But I was all about the attire. I thought the unis last night were gorgeous. Personally, I think I preferred the Blues unis.
Shocking the Blues fan.
That cream.
St. Louis Blues fan.
Yeah.
I like the color cream that they are having going. And walking in, their attire, into the stadium with beachwear. Come on.
Okay, I have beef with this.
Oh,
First of all,
okay, man,
so
Alexis.
listen, I loved the idea. It was funny, right? Like, it's like, here we are, the people from Missouri showing up in beachwear at, minus 10-degree temps in Minnesota. It was a great bit. The one thing I have beef with is Jordan Binnington ruined my favorite designer brand by showing up in a Versace shirt. I was so mad about that. I'm like, I love this brand. Jordan Binnington shows up with some dumbass sunglasses and a Versace shirt, half buttoned, acting like he owns the place, and I'm like, that's it. I've had enough of this already, and the game hasn't even started. But the bit was good. I just got beef with Jordan Binnington, which is nothing new.
Dude, those jackets the Wild had, those were sharp. Yes. I loved those. Like,
the coaches looked great.
Coaches looked fantastic. I need Moose's He had that bomber hat.
Yep.
Could not find that bomber hat. I was literally looking for that yesterday. I was like, I need that bomber
Marcus,
hat.
if you're
That's
listening
great.
and want to ship that to one of our houses, we
Marcus,
will
I think
take
you know us. I think we're friends. I'd like to call
P.O.
us friends
box
by this
number.
point.
Yeah.
Yes.
I do have to ask you guys real quick though. Did you think that so I know like a lot of people had beef with the Wild's Winter Classic jerseys and weren't a big fan. And a lot of times with sports apparel, you kind of have to see it in action to like really make a decision on how it looks. And did you guys change your mind for better or for worse about the Wild jerseys after seeing them on the ice in action? I loved them to start, and I thought they looked even cooler. Yeah, I thought they looked even cooler on ice. Jesse, did you
rewind the tape? Because I told everybody together the full set looks awesome.
Yeah.
Like the jersey itself, I understand when it was revealed just as the jersey, right? And that's when people were like, these are hideous. And I had said right then, I'm like, the full thing together looks really, really nice. Like it hits it on the mark, right? The vintage hockey, the tradition, blah, blah, blah. So I think that was it. And then, yeah, you're right. I mean, on the ice, put in that setting, it does look better. But for sure, I knew kind of ahead of time. Like I loved the gloves. I loved the pants.
The breezers were great.
Yes, the breezers were fantastic.
I liked them.
I was at a party, and everyone was like, "What's up with the butt crack?"
The butt crack.
If you look at the breezers,
butt crack.
No, if you look at the breeze, like every time like someone went down to like take a face
Who
off.
do you hang out with?
Yeah, Fred, stop looking at
it was like literally
crack.
the butt crack of the breezer was a different color. Someone out there.
Okay.
I swear to God, look it up. The butt crack of the Wild's breezers was a different color than the rest of it. I was like, they put a butt crack on their breezers.
Okay, well, I wasn't looking at butt cracks, but I'll take your word for it that it was a different color.